Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Quafflez bringing you guys this episode of QvMC, and in this episode I want to do just a bit of building because I have been absent the last few weeks on this series, and I want to apologize for that and get right back into it. But before we do get right back into it, I want to show you a couple of things, and those couple of things are over there, so why don't we go ahead and check them out. So I think the last time you saw this place, these houses were both incomplete, so now they're done. I've gotten that pillar done and the one after it complete, and then we still have to do one more bridge, which I will not be doing this episode, but we will be doing other things. So let's go ahead and check them out. I think they turned out really nice. So you get a nice view of the town from over here, and that's all going to be forest. I want to point that out. And if we turn around, we have a even better view from up here. So let's take a look from up here, and I think it looks really nice. You get a really spectacular view of the boat. And I think once this place is done and all lit up and has buildings everywhere, don't look at that. But once it has buildings everywhere, I think it'll look really nice and very complete and filled out. So those are my hopes. So yeah, let's go down and do a bit of building. Ow, get off me. Okay, so we just took a quick little nap and now we can begin our building. So I'm gonna first of all take out all of these torches and then get the materials in my inventory and we can start building. Okay, so I think that's the last of them. Now we can go ahead and grab all our materials. So, first of all, I kind of want to make a lake. Not a lake, I guess it would be kind of a little pond that people could sit around and do stuff. So first of all, we're going to need some of this. We're going to need some coarse dirt. And yeah, I think that should be good. And now we need to find a place for the pond. So this is probably going to be the centerpiece. People will walk around it and whatnot, and you can't walk around this way, so this might be the perfect place to start it. So let's go around here, and yeah, we can just kind of block out a whole big area like this, and I think that may be good. Let's actually take a little bit more from this side, and there we go. I think that's good. I think that looks pretty alright. Now I said I want you to be able to walk around it, but I decided to build it right here just because you can't walk around it, so it kind of makes you either walk around this way, or it makes you, well yeah, you kind of have to walk around this way, so I think that's a good feel to it. And now we can make this thing a little deeper. Whoa, did you guys see that? That looked weird. I'm going to look at that on the replay of this. But yeah, so let's go ahead and fill out. Actually, before we go ahead and do that, let's go ahead and place some ice in here. Oh, hello, Mr. Zombie. Before we make sure he can be put out, we need to kill him. So yeah, let's put all this ice here. And then I believe we can just start to break it. And that should fill out our pond for the most part. So let's go ahead and do this. We might need a few more ice blocks, but that's okay. So let's place one there, and then we can place one in the middle, and that should be good. Yeah, there we go. So that's perfect, and it actually looks pretty all right. So let's take a step back. It's not too noticeable yet, but I think once we get some light sources in it, and at nighttime, this place will be very noticeable. So let's go ahead and actually make this a little bit deeper, so that way when you walk by it, it doesn't look like a pile of crud. So I think that should be good for the depth of it. So now it has 2 layers in the pond, so I think that looks pretty good, and we can light it up sometime later. Now the next step is to take out all this tall grass, because we don't need any tall grass down here right now. So let's go ahead and do that, and I believe it's only grown there. I think it may have been natural, but I may have also bone mealed it. So we just got to go ahead and take that all the way out, and there we go. So now we can start on the other parts of this. So let's go ahead and let's get that back on our inventory, because the beacon actually came into effect right there. So the next step of things we need to do is make some item frames for the bench posts. So let's go ahead and craft up 2 of those and then find a good spot for the bench. Now I'm thinking a good spot for the bench would be right here, like right about here. So let's go ahead and do that, and we have like a little bench type couch right there now. So we can go ahead, we can place our item frames there, and now it's got some nice little stands so people can sit right outside of the pond, and I think that'll look okay. And if it doesn't in the end, there's always time to change it off camera. So the next thing that I wanted to be doing was building another well, so let's go ahead and start that. So I decided that I wanted another well up here because this is another section of the area, so you kind of need wells pretty much everywhere. So let's go ahead and mark the spot for this out, and right here should be perfect. And yeah, that should be pretty much perfect. It won't block out the area too much just because it's going to be one wide. So let's get out the oak fence, and we can do the same thing we did down there, and boom. Nope, we're going to want it to go boom, and then we bring it over, and there we go. All right, and then that should be good, and we can just place a piece of cobblestone wall there, and eventually we can get a cauldron to sit on top of that. But now the next step of this is to just kind of break this all the way down, and I'm going to finish this part off camera. Okay, so I successfully made it out of there. Pretty safe and sound, actually. So let's go ahead and we can place these in. And actually, before I go ahead and do that, I believe I will need some blocks. Actually, I placed those in the wrong spots first. So I believe I'll need some blocks there. And then I believe I will need another block right here, just so we can turn this into an infinite water source to begin with. And there we go, and now we can break these, and boom, look at that. We have a well filled out pretty much, and yeah, we just need the cauldron to sit right on top of there. And again, as I said, if stuff doesn't look like it's in the right spot, I can always change it, so don't worry. And by the end of the episode, if I decide to change stuff, you will be seeing those changes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually change this up a bit. So I'm going to place some cobblestone right below here. God dang it, the beacon is getting in my way. So let's go ahead and replace all this dirt with cobblestone going around the edge. And we're going to give the little well a kind of more rounded feel with the cobblestone walls like so. And there we go. And I think the well could be moved, but eventually we will do that, not right now. But yeah. So now we have a bench, we have a lake, and we have a well. So it's going together pretty well. So I think I kind of wanted a little pathway to be able to come in here. So actually, I'm going to move this bench with you guys on camera, and we can put it in a better spot. So let's go here, and I actually thought that the pathway would come and lead right in here. So maybe if we stick the bench right here instead. Actually, what if I do this, and then I won't even need those armor stands or whatever, the little thingies. But maybe if I just put them on, it'll look cooler in general. So yeah, let's do that. There we go. That looks pretty good, right? I do like that. I do like that indeed. So now we have a fountain, a little pond, and we also have a bench. So inside the pond, I did want some lily pads. So let's go ahead and place those down. And let's just stick one right there. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. It gives it some detail to it. And then later on, we can stick in a path that would come kind of right here. And it would be a very small path because people wouldn't really walk in here all that much. So it would kind of just go up and end right around the bench. And then we would have another path that would come kind of from like right around here. And it would just lead to like this part of the fountain and that part of the fountain, because those are the fronts. And then it would go like this, and it would just meet up right here with the path. And then we could actually make this go one back, and boom, right there. And that would actually be a good entrance to the little well part. So I'm actually kind of really liking this right now. So off camera, since putting in the path is kind of boring, I may do that off camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on with pathing, and then we can do some shrubbery and other stuff like that. Okay guys, so take a look at what's been happening. I changed that. I moved it over just a tad bit to the right, and I think it looks a lot better there. It's in more clear view, and this place is actually looking pretty good right now, but it is looking very barren, and in this area particularly. So over here we're going to build another tree. Well, we're actually just going to grow a tree. So yeah, let me go ahead and go in this chest, and we can grab this, and hope that it turns into a good tree. So a good tree meaning like it looks okay. It's not just like a regular old Minecraft tree. So let's place it right there maybe. That might be a bit too far over. Let's try like right there, and I think that'll be good. So let's take a step back, and I want to see where the sapling is, and I know it doesn't matter too much, but I just want it to look good, so let's go ahead and grow that. And we got a regular Minecraft tree, but you know what? Maybe one of those here and there would actually be alright, so we're going to leave that, and yeah, we're going to start shrubbing up the place before it gets to completely nighttime. So let's go ahead and we're going to throw in a load of these, and then we also have some oak leaves that we can throw down in random places as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We can get them up around the tree and kind of branch them out from there. Let's throw one in right there, and then we can throw one in the ground right over here as well. And then I want to do that over here, and then we will be done placing in these type of leaves. So let's go ahead, we can throw some in right there, and we'll get one last one down right there. And oh, look at that, it's illuminated. And that's actually kind of partly what I was going to be doing. So yeah, now that I have those in, we can start placing in the tall grass once again. And I hope it's not too dark for you guys. If it is, I'll go into post-rendering or post-editing, and I can fix it. Or I guess it would be pre-rendering, right? I don't really know, but yeah, we can just start placing in the tall grass now. Just get it in good places. We can put them on the path as well, because it hasn't been shrubbed up either. So we can just go along the entirety of the path and just get in some shrubbery like this. Boom, all the way to the end, and that actually looks already a lot more natural. So let's throw some in on this side of the path as well. We can get some over here on here, that's part of the path. And yeah, we should be all right. We're close to all right at least. So yeah, we can start placing in all the light sources once we finish up all this shrubbery. And I think that should be good. Let's place one here, and yeah, I think we're good for now. So I won't go overkill, and now we can go ahead and grab the jack-o'-lanterns, which we will be placing under these leaves here. So the first place we're going to put one is just in here, and then we can get our grass out as well. And there we go. So that part is illuminated, and now we want to get one right over here behind the bench. We want the bench to be illuminated, and then let's see, the tree could actually be illuminated. So why don't we let's place a jack-o'-lantern right here. Let's use the shovel for this and place one right there. And now we have one inside the lake, and I think that will illuminate the lake as well. And wow, that actually looks really, really cool. Ah! You made me break my freaking crop, bro. God dang it. Alright, so doesn't that look absolutely fantastic now, guys? I'm so freaking happy with the way this turned out. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Like, this actually really, really does look good, and I'm really happy with this. Sometimes I'm not too happy with the stuff that I'm building on this series, but, you know, in the end, if it turns out like it should and it looks good, and this sure does look good, and geez, I'm really happy. But there are a lot of mobs coming out at night because it is nighttime. Okay, one more thing I want to show you before I go is take a look from this side of the park. Oh man, do I really, really, really love this place. I think I did such a good job. Like, I haven't been this happy with a build in a long freaking time. And this is just something so minuscule as well. And yeah, let's go to the outro. But either way, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode of QvMC. If you did, make sure you hit that like button with a diamond sword, and I will catch you in the next episode. So take care, and bye-bye.